So then I also thought about, besides maybe family NP or psych NP, I thought about maybe just getting my master's and becoming a nursing educator or nurse administrator, or maybe even looking for some assistant manager or even manager positions that I could maybe eventually reach or have a goal of attaining. But those also were my thing, because being a manager on the unit never really struck me as interesting. I feel like it's a lot of numbers based. I feel like you're in like the limbo area of between nurses and then the higher ups above managers, and you're always getting kind of pushed around in a sense where you're almost being blamed for everything, because the nurses have an issue with staffing, they have an issue with ratios, they have a bunch of issues on the unit that they're coming to you to maybe help solve. And then you have the people that are working above you that are coming with you with quotas, with numbers, with metrics, and telling you, why aren't you meeting this? Why aren't you meeting this? So it's almost like you're stuck in the middle between two unhappy sides in a way. And even though I feel like I could excel at that and it'll be interesting to do and get a good idea and a good grasp on how the healthcare system works from a managerial standpoint, it's just, once again, just not my kind of thing where you're stuck in between like two pieces of bread, like you're stuck in between two different lines of defense. And plus, being a nurse manager, once again, you're also stuck back in that acute care setting. Yeah, maybe you could eventually go on to be a nursing administrator for like a healthcare firm or a bigger healthcare agency, and maybe it won't be as much of a hospital setting, or you could do the whole administrative route where you're maybe director of nursing somewhere. But once again, that didn't really interest me that too much. But the manager is still a pretty cool idea. It's just something that I don't feel like I want to do right now. But of course, that could change. You never know. I might go into like NP school or NP school and be like, damn, actually nurse manager would have been pretty cool. But for right now, I'm not really feeling that managerial position in a sense. But what has always sparked my interest was the nurse educator route, because I always like teaching new grads on the unit. When we got a new hire back when I was a staff nurse, I was always down to interview whoever's coming on. I was always down to orientate who was coming on, all that kind of stuff. I was always down to just help the floats. I'm always down for the team. You know what I'm saying? I'm a team player. I'm down for the cause, and I really liked educating people, because I know I don't know a lot of things, and I feel like educating people helps me stay on my knowledge, on my skills, because we don't use every single thing every day. So I feel like a lot of nurses maybe lose that, and by orienting new nurses, it almost makes me refresh that new nursing information and those new skills, that new knowledge that you're going to really use in the beginning. And plus, being a nurse educator, you almost have a little bit of a piece of that managerial aspect of things, but you're not really responsible for all that kind of manager stuff. You're more in the skill setting, you're more in the, a little bit more in the acute setting, but it's more of like a knowledge-driven approach. But what's also cool about it is that you're constantly looking at new research. How should we be doing things? What could we do better? Where are we failing at? What are we really good at? And you're almost guiding the flow of the unit. So you almost have a direct correlation to the unit's performance, because you're the one in charge of who needs to know what, where can we do better on, and how can I provide that education or knowledge to make this a better and smoother process, or better learning or growing experience.